Your car's been totaled, but you're still getting your loan car statements in the mail. You call your insurance company and they say they're cutting you a check, but it's for thousands of dollars less than what you owe on your car. I'm Tim Miley, and I've practiced personal injury law in West Virginia for over 2 decades, and I've seen this situation ruin people financially just because they didn't know what steps to take. This video walks you through exactly what to do when you still have a loan on your car that's been declared a total loss, so that you don't get stuck paying for a car you can't drive, and you actually protect yourself from debt collectors and credit damage that can follow you for years. Step 1. Take immediate safety and documentation actions. First things first, if you've been in a serious accident and your car is totaled, the last thing on your mind is probably your automobile loan. But the steps you take right after the crash are absolutely critical for what comes next, especially here in West Virginia. If you're safe and able, get out of your vehicle and move to a secure location. Call 911 immediately. Even if you feel okay, get checked out by medical professionals. Some injuries can sneak up on you several hours or days later. While you wait, take photos or video of the accident scene, the vehicles, the license plates, the road conditions, and any visible injuries you might have. Why does this matter? Because the insurance companies, yours and the other drivers, will be searching for every excuse not to pay what's fair. The more documentation you have, the less wiggle room they have to challenge your story or lowball your claim. Also, if the police respond, get their names and badge numbers. Ask for the accident report number because you'll need it for your insurance claim. In West Virginia, police are required to file a report if there's number 1, an injury, number 2, property damage over $500, or number 3, if a vehicle has to be towed. So don't be shy about asking for the police report number. Step 2, confirm your car is actually totaled. Next up, make sure your car is truly totaled by insurance company standards. Totaled doesn't always mean the car is a twisted mess. In West Virginia, a car is considered total if the repair costs add up to at least 75% of the car's actual cash value, or ACV. That's the fair market price of your vehicle just before the accident, not what you paid for it and not what you owe on it. Let's say you're in an accident and your car's fair market value is $12,000. If it would cost $8,000 to fix, the total of $8,000 is less than 75% of $12,000, so it wouldn't be considered totaled. But if your $12,000 car needs $10,000 in repairs, it's a different story. Insurance companies sometimes play games with these numbers. Don't just take their word for it. Ask for the breakdown in writing. If their numbers seem off, or if you think your car is worth more than what they're saying, you can contest it. In some cases, getting an independent appraisal is worth every penny, especially if you're upside down on your loan. Step 3. Understand how the insurance payout works. Now here's where things get nerve-wracking. The insurance company is supposed to pay you the actual cash value of your car, minus your deductible, but only if you're filing under your own policy. If the other driver is at fault and you're pursuing their insurance, it's the same idea. They pay your car's actual cash value. But, and this is a big but, they're only going to pay what your car was worth the moment before the accident, not what you owe on the loan, not what you paid for it, and certainly not what you hope to get for it. Here's a real-life example. Say your car's actual cash value is $10,000, but you still owe $14,000 on your loan. The insurance company only pays $10,000. That means you're $4,000 short. This is what's called being upside down. A lot of West Virginians end up in this spot, especially if you bought a new car with a small down payment or rolled a negative equity from a previous loan into the new one. It's an awful feeling, but you're not alone. If you have gap insurance, this is where it pays off. Gap insurance is an optional policy that covers the difference between what you owe and what your car is worth. If you don't have gap insurance, that negative balance is your responsibility. Step 4. What to do if you still owe money on the loan. So your car is totaled and the payout from insurance isn't enough to cover what you owe. What now? First, the insurance company pays the lender directly. If there's anything left after your bank or lender is paid off, you will then get the rest. But if there's a shortfall, you still owe your lender that difference. If that is the situation you find yourself in, here's what you need to do. Contact your lender. As soon as you know your car is totaled, call your loan company. Let them know what happened and ask for the total payoff amount as of today. Now remember, this may be different than what your last statement says due to interest or fees. Get a payoff letter. This is an official document showing exactly what you owe. The insurance company will need this to issue payment. Ask about payment options. If there's a gap, your lender might let you pay it off in installments. Sometimes, if you have a long-standing relationship or a spotless payment record, they'll work with you. Check for gap insurance. Even if you're not sure you bought it, call your insurance agent and your lender to check. Sometimes it's included in your loan paperwork or as part of a dealer package. If you have it, file a claim right away. Don't stop making payments. Until the loan is fully satisfied, you are still on the hook. Missing payments can trash your credit score and make a tough situation much, much worse. I'd like to share a couple of stories with you. A client of mine in Charleston was in this exact same boat. He owed $18,500, but his car was valued at only $14,000 after he was in a crash on Interstate 77. He couldn't recall if he purchased gap insurance, but we pored over his loan documents and found it bundled in. That saved him from an expensive mess and also a lot of stress. Step 5. Options for getting back on the road. Once the dust settles, you'll probably need another car. Here are a few things for you to consider if you still have an unpaid balance from your totaled vehicle. Rolling over the loan. Some lenders will let you roll the unpaid amount into your next car loan, but be careful with this. It increases your monthly payment and can leave you upside down again. Find a cheaper replacement. If you can, look for a reliable used car that doesn't require a big loan. This helps keep your debt in check while you recover financially. Lease return or early termination. If you were leasing your car, check your lease agreement. Sometimes there are protections against total losses, and the gap may be less than with a traditional loan. Negotiate with your lender. Sometimes if the remaining balance is relatively small, you can negotiate a reduced payoff or a settlement for less than the full amount. Lenders don't always advertise this, but it can't hurt to ask, especially if the alternative is a delinquent loan. Legal help. If you're being harassed or the insurance company or lender isn't treating you fairly, reach out for legal advice. West Virginia has consumer protection laws that can help if you're being misled or pressured into unreasonable terms. Let me give you another example. Not long ago, a Morgantown family came to me after their minivan was totaled in a rear-end collision on Route 19. Their insurance company tried to lowball the payout, and the lender wanted the whole loan paid like yesterday. Together, we negotiated a fair settlement with the insurance company and worked out a manageable payment plan for the leftover balance. Now, it didn't erase their financial shortfall, but it kept them out of collections and on the road to recovery. Step 6. Watch for common pitfalls in West Virginia. I wish I could say every insurance claim in West Virginia goes smoothly, but the truth is there are some common traps to look out for. Lowball offers. Insurers often offer less than your car is really worth. Make sure to do your own research. Look up similar cars on used car websites or print out valuations from Kelley Blue Book or NADA guides and negotiate if their number seems off. Salvage titles. If you want to keep your totaled car, maybe for parts or for a project, the insurance payout will be reduced by the car's salvage value. Also, getting a rebuilt title in West Virginia can make your car harder to insure or sell later. Loan aftermath. Don't ignore a leftover loan balance. Unpaid balances can be sent to collections, damage your credit, and even result in lawsuits. Insurance delays. West Virginia law says that insurance companies must respond promptly, but sometimes claims drag on. If you're not getting answers or the process feels stalled, don't be afraid to follow up. Demand timelines in writing or talk to an attorney. Personal injury claims. If you were hurt in the accident, don't settle your property claim without considering your injury claim. Insurance companies may try to get you to sign away both at one time. Talk to someone who can help you understand your options. Step 7. Protect yourself next time. Finally, if you're getting a new car, take steps to protect yourself from this mess in the future. There are a few ways to do that. Consider gap insurance. If you're putting down a small down payment or have a long loan term, gap insurance can be a lifesaver. Check your loan terms. Avoid rolling over old debt into new loans, if you can. The less you owe on your car, the less risk you carry. Keep good records. Hold on to your purchase paperwork. loan documents, and maintenance records. If you ever have to fight an insurance claim, this paperwork is your best evidence. And if you ever have questions about your rights or just feel that the process isn't fair, reach out to someone you trust. The laws here in West Virginia are designed to protect regular folks, not just the big insurance companies or lenders. You just learned how to handle a totaled car when you still have a loan, what steps to take, how insurance works, and what to do if there's a gap between what you owe and what you get. If you found this helpful, and if you would like to learn more, click the first link in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss important updates that could save you thousands. Thanks for being here. See you next time.